Amanda and Blake, thank you so much for joining me on CBS 58 to talk about Dark Matter Season 2. So, Blake, I want to start with you. I just binged Season 1 and began Season 2, and my God, is this addictive? And what an intriguing concept. I can't help but have noticed the fact that a few nods to one of my favorite movies of all time, It's a Wonderful Life, were in Season 1. Was that a correct interpretation?
Oh, for sure. Even probably even down to the bar, the Village Tap. Um, I always loved. I love that
I
movie.
love
Is
that
that?
movie.
Yeah,
Two.
it's so dark. It's much darker than people remember. I watched it about a year ago with my kids, and man, it's. But yet, we really wanted and even in the book, to tap into that sort of wanderlust. And the idea of that role that Jimmy Stewart goes through, but his sort of night, that dark night of the soul when he visits this version of reality. I mean, that was a huge inspiration for me.
Amanda, I want to talk with you a little bit about, you were in The Handmaid's Tale and now in Dark Matter, and your character of Blair is incredibly complex because you have to play different versions of that one character. How does playing those different characters within that same character, that sounds a little redundant, but you know what I mean, how does that challenge you as an actor?
Oh, it's the most exciting thing. It's a gift. I think I've been ruined now because if I ever go on to something new, I have to play one person. I am going to be bored. Um, it's challenging at the beginning because I do think it's important for you to find the core, like the central piece of the person, the essence of the person that you want to have show bits and pieces of
Right.
in all the varying degrees. But again, it's a treat. Like in life, we wear different masks, but we never really fully get to lean on them or really explore them. And so to be given permission and then wonderful guidance by an amazing showrunner and an amazing writer, and to be able to use his words, and our co-showrunner, Jackie, to be able to use their words, but then to also like fully lean into different sides of yourself is really cool. It's a treat.
And I can't even imagine doing that. It's when I was watching this, I'm thinking this is really trippy, but then it really made me think about different sides of my personality and then my inner voice. And sometimes I'm not so nice in my head, you know? I was like, okay, is that what you think about when you write these characters, Blake?
Yeah, I think there's different aspects to every person, and we have our good angels and our bad angels. We listen to different ones at different moments in our lives. And I loved the idea of getting to explore all the facets of what these characters could have been, because I think we all ask ourselves, what if we're honest.
Right, absolutely. And I want to continue a little bit about Chicago with you, Blake. I love seeing all the iterations on Chicago. And in season 1, the door opens up and it's cold and snowy. I thought, oh, there's a typical Chicago winter. Or at least that's how they feel to me. Why Chicago? Do you have ties here?
I have a lot of dear friends who live here, and I've just been coming to the city for years. And I really wanted to, I don't know, I think after coming here for so long, I finally felt I had been here enough to maybe start to write about it. And I didn't realize, of course, I knew so little about the city when I wrote the book, and it's only been through the process of making the show that we've seen every aspect of Chicago. And that scene you're talking about, when they open the door to the snow, I mean, that was a frigid, actual cold, cold, cold Chicago evening. I think it was 10 below zero when
Oh gosh.
Alicia and Frankie
Sweatshirt
were,
weather.
yeah.
Amanda, without giving any key points away for season 2, how do you feel that your character has evolved or changed from your primary character in season 1 to your primary character in season 2?
Oh, it's difficult without giving spoilers. Um, I would say that through her experience, through her journey from season 1 to season 2, she's had to grapple with a lot of uh, self-doubt and shame, and she's just had to. fight with herself a little more. There's been a change. I feel like in season one, we don't see very much of her, which is a great mystery to then be able to unlock. And then in season two, there's way more of an emotional internal wrestling that happens, which is also always my favorite to be able to do as well. It's a really complex role.
I'm guessing that writing season two was much like writing a sequel to the actual book. Can you tell me about writing season two?
It was like writing a sequel, except with less time. I get usually lately I'm taking more and more time between my books, um, but with season two, we just had to start immediately, just to make some deadlines and to not have years and years and years go between the show. So
Right.
it was terrifying, honestly, because all the things I've written in the past for the screen have been based on stories, source material I have written. So even though we had the characters in season two, we knew the journeys we had set them up to go on. We knew who our characters were. It was really starting from scratch, and it was terrifying at first, but freeing eventually.
Also, I imagine, can I ask a question?
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
the because were you also, was it scary because the book is so loved? It's such a beloved story. Were you a bit concerned about how people would react or to expand it? Was that a concern at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
People love the book. It definitely like changed my life when it was published, and to do a follow up to something like that, it brings
Mhm.
some anxiety with it.
Sorry, I just always wanted to ask that.
No, that's what an interview is a conversation. So I appreciate you chiming in. That's awesome. Looking at writing that book, then watching it come to life on the screen. Tell me about something that maybe that has surpassed your wildest dreams and seeing it from your written form. Because in my mind, when I write or if I'm reading a book, it's like a movie in my head, but then you see it on the screen and it's different thanks to movie magic or TV magic or whatever. Tell me if there's some aspect of that that's really surpassed what you thought could happen.
I think, and it really goes to the actors that we ended up casting. I think our actors really elevate the story. I think the show, I was really surprised, has a much more kind of adult, mature, I think, take on the story than the book. The book, I love the book. The book is fast. It's kind of lean and mean, and it definitely delves into all the things the show does. But there's just something about getting, a cast like this to express that idea that I think has really lifted it.
One last question for each of you. It doesn't matter who goes first. Um, who are you in your alternate universe? Pick a world. Who are you?
Hmm.
The more we're asked this question, the more I'm certain of my answer. I'm a villain. Yeah. I think in the because I love Blair so much. I love her character because I'm in admiration of her moral compass and sort of how she navigates and how she moves through the world and her what she is not willing to compromise for success. And so I feel like I'm quite like that too. I think we all consider ourselves to be like that to a certain degree. I want to be in a world where I don't do that. I want to be in a world, a version of myself where there's no moral compass. Just to,
Woohoo!
Mm.
just to be
So crime spree.
crime spree.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great answer. How about you, Blake?
I think I don't know, maybe not as dramatic as yours. Maybe a version of me that just writes books, that has not dipped a toe or done a full swan dive into
Being a Hollywood
filmmaking.
soul.
And yeah, I love it, but it takes me away from books, and it's like everything. There are sacrifices, and
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder about that Blake sometimes, who decided to let everyone else figure out the adaptations and just stayed on the books.
Thank you both so much for talking with me about season two of Dark Matter. I absolutely loved it. So glad that I learned about it and binged it. And I can't wait for everyone to start season two starting on August 28th, I believe.